What I go on, peeps, what I go on is Valerie's Naturals Oracles. And earlier today, I actually pulled some cards for the collective, or so I thought. And I actually put the picture up on Instagram, but I thought, because the Mother's Love card was really pulling to me, so I thought I'm going to pull some extra cards to see what comes out. So if you didn't see that, the first card that came out was a Mother's Love. And you can see a mother's love is reaching out to you at this time and holding you close. She knows how much you miss her and wants to remind you that this bond is special. So the second card that came out was Animal Kingdom. And that's self-explanatory. You know, animals give you unconditional love. And, you know, especially if you're an awakened person, you'll find that animals attract you a lot more. So we'll swiftly move on. And this one actually does pertain to me because I don't have enough fun. So it's all about having fun and just stop being so analytical. Anyway, so after I pulled those cards and I actually put them on Instagram with the explanations that I've just said there for you, I thought I'm going to pull a card for Mother's Love. And my niece, who's actually into tarot cards as well, and I actually consider her as a mentor, we sat there and we started looking at these cards and discussing them. And I just thought, I need to record this because her insight is something else. Because I said to her, although I've pulled this card for Mother's Love and I've pulled these for the collective for Mother's Love, you know, it's still telling a story. And I was just trying to figure out how it connected to Mother's Love. So we started discussing it. So where was we? I've got to shout you out. Tell me what your YouTube channel is.
It's Rita's Intuition 777.
And I consider her a mentor. She's been doing this a lot longer than me. She's been awakened a lot longer. We only discovered the other day what both of us are going through the same journey, but she's been doing it a lot longer than me. So I consider her a mentor. So that's why I thought I'd rope her in on this today. So yeah. So as you were saying, sorry I interrupted.
No, that's fine. So my auntie's explained the cards, and the overall energy of the deck was also Father's Love. So
yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Sorry, my mentor.
No, it's important.
I know it's important. Yeah, so Father's Love. But I actually pulled that the other day. So was it yesterday or the day before? Yeah. So this card and the Animal Kingdom, it's almost like Spirit's trying to tell everybody something that you need to be aware of, you know? Yeah. So yeah, pulled that one the other day. I've never pulled this one before though. So that's interesting. So anyway, what was you saying?
Yeah, so looking at it from the overall perspective, because we've got to include Father's Love. So even though this is Mother's Love, the overall energy of the first pull was Father's Love. And I think it talked about the parents loving you unconditionally. Your parents don't look at what stage you're at or what you're going through to determine whether they love you. They love you unconditionally, whether you're single, married, rich, going through financial difficulties, your parents still love you. They have that sense of unconditional love. But what it's saying, so even in the book, what it says, especially in terms of Mother's Love, it talks about nurturing yourself as a mother. So whether you're a male or a female, it's about loving yourself. It's about giving yourself that unconditional love that your parents would have given you. And
please excuse the dog, by the way, people.
And I understand that some people went through difficult paths and they may not have had that family structure, because the overall energy of the second pull was the wands, which says that that's what everyone's aiming for, that stable commitment. But you may not have had that family structure growing up. You may not have the ideal family unit growing up, but you still know what you would have desired in a family unit. So you can go from the basis of what you would expect and what you would expect to give your family. You can go from a point of unconditional love that any difficulties you went through was not any fault of your own, but everyone loves unconditionally unless they're going through something. Mm-hmm. So I think this Mother's Love in particular is talking about nurturing yourself, loving yourself, nurturing yourself.
And you can see the Nine of Pentacles there. She's an actual single lady, isn't she?
Yes.
She's a single lady who looks like she's independent. She's stable, you know. So
yeah. So in that case, with the single lady, I think many of the collective that's reading either are aiming for that position of being single and independent and focusing on finances, or you're currently single. And this is not just for ladies, this is also for men. but obviously the love and emotions obviously kicks into the more feminine side, so it comes up as a feminine card. So it can be for both men and women. But it's about being single and independent right now, being happy within yourself, but focusing on your pentacles, focusing on your own foundation and your bases and your roots and what you need for yourself. The Ten of Swords straight after that indicates that this may be particularly driven by some sort of heartbreak or someone very close.
Some kind of betrayal, isn't it?
Yeah, someone betraying you. So you've decided to stick there and go on your own, and quite understandable. But we then move down to the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is similar to the Nine of Pentacles. However, she's more, with the Queen of Pentacles, she can be both single or in a relationship, whereas the Nine of Pentacles represents a single person.
Yeah.
So the Queen of Pentacles is quite sure of herself, quite single, able to take care of house and home, obtain her own finances. However, with the Queen of Pentacles, she could also be a wife. So she can be single and be a wife. And I think what this reading's telling you is that if you nurture yourself and continue to nurture yourself, you can still focus on your business. You can still give yourself what you would have independently, while not being scared to take that risk with the Three of Wands to go on a new adventure and try new things out. Because you do need to have a sense of stability within yourself, a sense of groundedness within yourself, a sense of I can provide for me, in order to feel that you're not going to enter into a codependent relationship when you get that commitment. A sense of both parties bringing something to the table, a sense of not one party relying on the other one more, but you both bringing something to the point where you both become a unit together.
Yeah.
Different people bringing different things to the table that work together for the benefit of the foundation.
This is definitely a journey, isn't it?
Yes, it's going on a journey, but feel free to consider your finance. Feel free to get yourself into a position of this abundance, but don't block what you're hoping to happen because of this Swords. And what this is saying is go on that journey. The Fool card's there to say go on that journey, but obviously heal yourself. And this card here, the Page of Cups, this is an apology. Now, that could mean that you're fulfilling this journey to the point where you go on a new beginning.
You're even forgiving yourself.
But so it's more about forgiving yourself. So you can get an apology. But I think here it's about apologising to yourself. And I say apologise to yourself for thinking that you can't find this happiness because you've been hurt. Thinking that something you did caused you to be hurt. And therefore you're better off protecting your energy and staying on your own. No, give yourself that mother's love, that unconditional love that says to you that you can love yourself no matter what your circumstances. When you was young, and it doesn't need to be a mother, it needs to be anyone that's a caregiving
someone
role.
who gave you that unconditional love.
And even for those that have experienced a difficult past and they can't really identify
it's weird that mother's love and father's love come out.
And I think that's what it's saying. It's about anyone, and it doesn't have to be a parent. So for all of those that are sitting here saying I didn't live with my mum, I didn't have my mum, I didn't have my dad, it's not about the particular person. It's about anyone that's touched your life. It could have been a school teacher that you really got on with. It could have been anyone.
Yeah.
But it's about that unconditional love. Someone that forgave you when you might have done something wrong or that you didn't do something right. And that's what unconditional love's about. That's what mother's love and father's love's about. And that's what's apologising to yourself, because if you didn't enter into these situations and make these mistakes or make what you consider to be a mistake, nothing's a mistake. But if you didn't enter into these situations, you wouldn't be growing and learning and finding more love within yourself. It may not have motivated you to find these pentacles, to focus on business in the way you have, but don't shut out your happiness. Don't shut out what you're overall trying to achieve because of what may have happened to you in the past.
Yeah, like I said, I was particularly drawn to just draw cards for a mother's love. I mean, these two are self-explanatory, but I just felt drawn, and it's such a beautiful story there, don't you think, peeps?
And I think, even though they're self-explanatory, I think with the animal kingdom, it comes in with the Queen of Pentacles. She's a nurturer, she's a giver, she takes care of house and home, and that could be taking care of a pet. So for some of you that haven't got children as such, you could be considered to be a mother in figure to an animal.
That's true.
So yeah, and obviously this wands card, as well as the Fool, represent the having fun element. So this whole read is represented in these cards. It's about going on that journey, having fun, nurturing animals, if not people or children around you.
It's all about unconditional love and thinking about yourself, isn't it?
And you're not a victim. You went through an experience for a reason to push your growth. Considering a tower moment, obviously sometimes it's a very hard lesson to learn. Believe me, I know. and you think to yourself, why did I have to go through that lesson in particular? Because but the angel,
starvation of it all,
and the universe knows. The universe knows how strong you are, especially for those that never had a stable upbringing and things going well, or even those that had a stable upbringing and they're shocked by what they've been through themselves. The universe knows what it takes to crack you and get you moving. If you've been through things and you've been quite resilient, then it takes a big dramatic event to actually give you that final push to change, because you're used to coping with things. So sometimes you could consider you really got stabbed in your back into that level, because if it was 3 swords, you probably could have handled it. So the universe has to give you something dramatic to actually set you on your path of self-fulfillment and nurturing and having fun.
It does tie in all together. I mean, although I only pulled it for the mother's love, it does tie in with everything else, doesn't it? That is fantastic, my dear. See, my mentor.
Not quite a mentor.
Because I looked at it a slightly different way. I looked at it, and I basically told it as a story, but I knew she'd draw more out of this. So,
but
it is a story in a sense. It could be anybody's story. I mean, this is a stable person who's been stabbed in the back. She's decided that she's going on a journey, and she's being the fool and having fun about it. But at the same time, she's loving herself and forgiving herself. I mean, that's the quick version, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's just giving the big...
Sorry, I'm not very good at giving quick versions. As you'll see if you join my channel, I'm not very good at giving quick versions.
But shout your channel out again.
It's Rita's Intuition. So that's RITASINTUITION 777.
Fantastic. And as you know, peeps, mine is Valerie's Naturals Oracles. You can catch me on that actual name on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, and on particularly Patreon, because I do a lot more on Patreon, peeps. So please come and join me. And I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. And yes, I think we should be doing a lot more collabs, don't you?
We will.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, peeps, and take care. Peace.